Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the video. You know, I'm standing in front of my 2022 Ford Maverick XLT FX4 off-road package, and in this episode we're going to talk about why I recently chose to keep this truck over the 2023 Maverick Tremor that I had ordered back in September. So before I tell you about the Tremor, I think a little backstory is in order, because you might be wondering, if this guy has a 22 Maverick, why was he already thinking about buying a 23? Well, if you know anything about the Maverick, you know it's the hottest truck in North America, very difficult to get your hands on, and I had actually ordered this truck behind me back in January of 22, and I didn't take delivery of the truck until December 19th. So when they opened order banks in September for the 23 Maverick, and my salesman called and asked if I wanted to put an order in, I thought that it would be good insurance just in case this truck never got built. That's what I did, and lo and behold, it was scheduled for production, built, and recently delivered to the dealer, and I had a decision to make: keep this truck or go with the 2023 Tremor. All right, so I ordered my Tremor in the Avalanche Gray, which is an exclusive color for the Tremor package. And as you can see here, when it showed up at the dealership, it was an absolutely beautiful truck. There's no denying the Tremor is a good-looking package. In addition to the exclusive color, you get that redesigned front bumper, which gives you a better approach angle. You get the orange accents in those exposed tow hooks out front, the orange inner trim on that front grill bar, and you also get the orange accents on those badges on the front fender, as well as, of course, the orange Tremor decals on the back of the truck and the orange Tremor stitching on the interior, which also features a black fabric. Other differences cosmetically with the Tremor are the headlights are blacked out on the interior, and the tail lights are blacked out. You also have black mirrors, and just overall a really sharp looking package there. So again, a good looking truck, definitely made it very, very tempting just from a sheer aesthetic standpoint. Now, as far as off-road capability, as you know, the Tremor, and what really sets it apart from the FX4 and any other all-wheel drive Maverick, is the Tremor is equipped with Ford's advanced all-wheel drive system that includes a dual rear clutch with a full-time four-wheel drive and a lock feature, so you can lock that in to send power to the front and rear all the time, and you can hit the lock button to send 50-50 power left and right rear wheels. So not quite a true mechanical four-wheel drive system, but a big step up over the regular all-wheel drive system that you get with this FX4, which is what Ford calls their intelligent or all-wheel drive, where you can't lock it in, you can't select four-wheel drive, and the computer is just in charge of distributing the power wherever it thinks it needs to go. So something in the Tremor's favor there for sure. In addition to the advanced all-wheel drive system, the Tremor gives you a revised suspension too. It rides an inch higher compared to a stock Maverick. It also has different shocks and suspension components, more tuned specifically for off-road applications. So again, something in the Tremor's favor when it comes to off-road capability, which is certainly an important consideration for somebody like me who wants to use the truck for hunting, fishing, camping, you know, overlanding, etc. So again, you'd think a check mark in favor of the Tremor. So if the Tremor has some nice aesthetics, the advanced all-wheel drive system, and that off-road tuned suspension with a little taller ride height, what does the FX4 have going for it? Well, the biggest thing to me is the 4K tow package, which I have on my FX4. This truck behind me can tow 4,000 pounds, no problem. It's got enhanced components, cooling for the engine and the transmission. It's got a 4-pin and 7-pin trailer hookup from the factory, and it's got an integrated brake controller in there on the dash. Now with the Tremor package, you can only max out at 2,000 pounds of towing capacity, no trailer brake controller, and only a 4-pin connection back by the trailer hitch. And to me, that's the biggest differentiator. While the Tremor gets those increased off-road components and the upgraded all-wheel drive system, you give up that tow capacity, and you also get a little bit less payload capacity as well. So that's the trade-off, and I really wasn't sure as I thought about the trucks if I wanted to give that up with some of the plans I have for possibly pulling a small camper behind this truck at some point, or even an enclosed trailer where I could put my side-by-side and other hunting gear in there and take it with me along on trips. So I went into the process a little bit torn over it all, but what really kind of clinched it for me is when I actually went and saw the Tremor for the first time and put it side by side with my FX4, and I realized that with the 2-inch lift kit that I had previously installed on this truck, as well as the Firestone Destination AT tires in 245/70/17, that lift kit with those springs and the oversized tires combined, I was already riding 2 inches taller than the Tremor. And when I parked them nose to nose, it was really obvious that I already had a clearance advantage with my FX4. And that's not to knock the Tremor by any means, but I had already had time and money invested in doing that to this truck. And I'm sure you could lift the Tremor, but I'd have to start all over again. So that kind of brought things a little bit more back to even for me, especially considering with this truck, I've got that 4,000 pound towing capacity. Another thing that really made me think twice about going for the Tremor was the fact that that Tremor doesn't have the XLT luxury package. I tried to add it after I had submitted my order, but I wasn't able to make the change. And I had included the XLT Lux package on my 22 that I have here. And I gotta be honest with you, I really have gotten used to those heated seats, heated steering wheel, leather wrapped steering wheel, and all the other goodies that come along with that luxury package. And when I got in the Tremor for the first time and felt that plastic steering wheel, I'm not gonna lie to you, it honestly just felt cheap to me. So in addition to all the feature differences that we've discussed, I guess it also really came down to, at the end of the day, which truck did I actually like the look of better? The Tremor with the Avalanche Gray, or my FX4 with the Cactus Gray and the navy pier interior with the orange accents? And I gotta be honest with you, the Cactus Gray has really grown on me. I absolutely love the color and the way that it changes in the different lights. And as nice as the black interior on the Tremor is, I gotta tell you, the way that that contrasts with the blue plastics that are still in the Tremor trim, compared to this truck, which has the brighter blue and gray with the orange accents, I prefer this interior. I think it feels brighter, it's more fun, it's more cheerful, and if I've got to choose between one cloth interior or another, I actually prefer the XLT FX4 over the XLT Tremor. Okay, so as I went through everything, and obviously I didn't have a lot of time because this truck showed up at the dealership, and of course they weren't gonna hold it for me for long. I had to get over there, look at this truck. I actually went the day after it showed up on the carrier, which was, I think, a Wednesday or a Thursday. And then they agreed, that I'd come back on Saturday and they'd have the truck prepped. And if I wanted it on Saturday, that was it. I was gonna buy it and take it. And I kind of decided that taken as a whole, as much as I like the Tremor, and don't get me wrong, it is a fantastic small pickup truck. It does things that no other Maverick can do. But for me, with the all-wheel drive that I've already got here, the increased ride height, and the 4K tow capacity, I just felt like it was the best all-around package for my needs. And when I see videos that other people are doing showing just how much terrain you can cover with the FX4 package, I kind of said to myself, you know, for those few times that I probably will really wish that I had that in advanced all-wheel drive system, I'm going to end up using the towing capacity and the increased payload capacity way more over the life of the truck than that added off-road capability of the Tremor. And again, I think with the lift, you negate a lot of that. Now, I realize you still don't have the approach angle that the Tremor does, but you've got to make compromises. And for me, that compromise came down in favor of the truck that I already had.